Hi guys, bit of an update on the Pajero Evolution V8 thing that we're building. Thing, yes.
Buggy.
Yeah, it is quite a thing. Well, hopefully it will be. So, since last time we have done fuel system. So, pumps are going in tank. We have two fuel pipes forward. Basically, so we can have port injection and direct injection, so we can add extra fuel for the
second row
all the power hopefully we need. So that's the second row injectors, which we've drilled and tapped and put into.
I think we showed down the last video.
Yeah, we did.
Now it's fully bolted down.
It's all in. I mean, it's close and tight. It was a lot of work, and of course the supercharger didn't fit the engine because I put an LT4 pump on.
Right.
It didn't bolt down, so we've ended up taking it all back off, machining in.
I know the car game.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So we've got I've had stainless steel pipes along the chassis, protect them along the top of there to the regulator and the filters, and then that's all going to go into the pump. So we need to connect these up once the engine's back in the body and all in place, so I can work out the lengths and everything. So that's all that done. Fuel system, battery cabling I've done. Round to the alternator, to the power, up to the car. Well, not quite up to the car yet, so I need to get the length right, which was quite a faff. It doesn't look a lot, but it takes ages to do. Yeah. You know, to like make all the pipes and bend them in, all the compression. These are all stainless compression fittings to AN, which take ages to do, like I say, but it's nice and it should be, fit and forget. The ones in the original car were just like a steel pipe and quite cruddy, so we won't be running them. So we've done battery cabling. We can lower it down a bit, have a more look. So we've got engine earth, which is like the braided one for the body, then the main engine earth up to the battery, main power down. So there's a few, then there's an engine earth from obviously the engine to the chassis as well. So you've got to make sure it's all done because it's a separate body. Brake pipes. We did have original brake pipes on, but they're weird because they go across that side of the body, then run down to that side and back across. So,
have you changed them?
Well, it just seemed a bit odd. So I've made new ones come across to there, a new one there, and then new ones down and clipped them up along the floor.
Are these twin pipe to the back, are they?
It's twin to the back, yeah. So it is an okay-ish ABS. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's all right. So that's all new brake pipe done. Fuel pipes. I've made the top hats, or the like spacer adapters for the springs into the bottom arm. Done like a nylon,
right,
like top hat type setup, so it locates the spring properly. Pre-made this is feed into the tank and everything.
So what tank have you decided to run in there?
Well, I'm hopefully, I say we might have some parts coming, some ex-Dakar stuff coming.
It's going to be in that selection.
And it fits in the original place, but it's an alley tank that we can retrofit, because I've probably showed you before. I've also done this. This is the dual pump module that's going to drop into the tank. I've got to make a ring in that. So I've got 2 feeds, 2 returns, overflow, power in, everything to the pumps. That's all done. So, I mean, it looks nothing, but that lot took probably 3 hours to do, like get all the pipes correct and all the
fittings. And you bought the kit, to fit it in.
Yeah, it just takes so bloody long. I mean, I'm still surprised myself how long stuff takes. So, what else? Exhaust was done. Supercharger is bolted down, so hopefully that's
it now, for good. Body down, rev it up.
I think we're almost ready to get the body down. I've got...
Just because I know what comment's coming. Was your prop at that angle?
Because that's how they are.
Oh.
The standard one's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just knew that someone was going to...
Yeah, no. I mean, people get all funny. I mean, you never run a prop straight anyway. You just don't. It's not something you should ever do, because it means the UJ doesn't rotate. But everything is in central and everything. But that's how they are. So.
There's a diff. Oh, the diff's offset, isn't it? The nose of the diff's offset.
It's slightly offset a little bit, and it's a bit offset. So
yeah.
But I want some angle on it anyway. The front. Oh yeah, because pops on. I forgot about the pops.
Yeah, they're in and done, aren't they?
Yeah. So John at Dave Mac Pops has done the pops. That's the rear one. The front one is round here. So bizarrely, they're almost the same length as the Escalade. That one was within about 5mm of it. So front pops in as well. That's all in and bolted up.
4x4.
Yeah, this. Oh, what a mission. Luckily.
What is this?
Gear selector.
Okay.
Luckily, I thought I better do that before I put the body on, and I'm so glad I did. Because two things. This is the cable.
Two things for anyone about to start this conversion.
Yeah. I did it all originally. I sort of mocked up. I thought, yeah, okay. Took the selector out of the car. Because you've got to work out, obviously, the length of these arms and the length of the gear selector in here dictate what position it puts everything in.
Yeah, there's a ratio, basically.
So I mocked it all up quite, sort of got it close. Then realised, luckily not too far into it, that it's back to front. Most gear selectors run on like a pivot and run an arm underneath that moves it this way. This one fits onto the lever, so it moves it backwards.
Right, excellent.
Luckily, I spotted that before I got too far.
So you've adapted it.
Which actually means, instead of that arm being down, which would have been really close to the prop, it means I can invert it and bring it up and bring the cable up instead.
So what have you done? Flip the arm from bottom to the top?
Flip the bottom from arm to top, and rather than the cable coming in the bottom, it comes in the top.
Okay.
So basically it just works it back to front. So I've managed to adapt the original Mitsubishi cable here. So that's the cable, that all clips into here and fits, and I've adapted that to the Mitsubishi end onto the GM arm.
Nice.
And yeah, I've had to shorten the arm by, I think it was like 3.5mm to get the ratio right. And also on these, when you go park, reverse, neutral, drive, the 10 speed has low or lock. I think it's lock actually, not low. So what it does, you click it down one more, and say you're going up a hill, it holds the gear. It's a bit like a towing thing.
Right.
So it won't. So if you're in third, it won't shift past third. So you can accelerate and it won't kick down. But we don't need that. I'm not. We're not in the issue towing. So I've also had to take.
What about donuts?
It'll have enough power not to need locking.
If
down,
you don't
mate.
have to change up and kill you.
No, it'd be fine. It'd be
Okay,
sweet.
no problem.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Just saying.
It'll be fine. So the mechanism in the car, we've took that apart and I've had to put like a little locking plate in it. Well, I've made it adjustable so we can actually lock the lever so it doesn't drop it back down into low. So I can actually make it so I can pull like a pin and drop it into lock. Not low, lock. But I don't think we'll need that. But we have left it as a position. Rather than welding and pegging, I've actually done it with like a little adjuster. You can see here some extra earth cabling. These V8, same as LS's out, anything like that. Really important to use big heavy duty cabling and good engine earths. You can see the cable running for the battery power. It's actually like a flat, but there's
3 cores.
I mean, most people run like one that. It's actually 3 cores, but they have this like where they get the hot start. They don't want a hot start, and these are incredibly susceptible to battery voltage. If it's a little bit low, it'll start, it'll crank, but you have no throttle, and it'll throw up all sorts of
You've had that a
odd
few
codes.
times on the Aston, haven't you?
Yeah, and other cars, it's really common. We did an LT4 in a RX-7, that had one of these super posh, like 600 quid lithium batteries, and it'll crank for hours and hours, but no throttle. So
Useless.
battery voltage are issues, so we know that. The kit that comes with the supercharger, I'm really surprised at how in depth it is. It comes with all the little fittings here, all the bypass valves for the breathers and the billet pulley. I've asked them, they've sent the wrong wheel, asked them for a smaller wheel, so hopefully that's coming in the post. Just wind the boost up a little bit. We can't go too small on that one. To start bout slips, then we're gonna have to put a bigger bottom one on. But
right.
I think realistically it'll be good as it is.
I don't think you'll struggle.
No. Oil cooler I've got coming for the gearbox. Well, I've just got to fit it. Power steering cooler is on the electric side, so I probably don't need that. I'll show you. I think that's most of it.
Shall we whiz the body down and show some stuff from the top?
Just watch it come down because it's not in line anymore.
Not on these lines. Wait there, Craig. Wait. Oh, that'll do. Okay.
Yeah. So, can you stand up on the wheel or something and have a look?
I can hold this like this.
Oh,
it
moves. Oh, that's good.
Well, if I can get you
I mean,
Andy, turn that big.
Stand on the wheel.
Oh, I don't know, my back today, that's not a good idea.
You're getting a bit old, are you, Jay?
Getting well old. Hang on.
Come on, old man.
Give me a minute. Oh, if this car moves, I'm in trouble.
Woo!
Hooray!
So, it's actually been nice because I've had the chassis out of the way and I've been working on the body. It sort of makes a change to do not chassis work. So, Corvette battery, which they're quite a small battery with them. They're bolting the side here just so you don't have the terminals poking up. Made a battery tray for it. That's just the I'm going to clip out anyway. Just distribution for fans and mega fuse and stuff like that. So basically all the height, all the power for the engine and all the fans and everything that's going to be like high load is taken from new wiring because the old wiring's probably not that good. Power steering pumps on, radiator and
fans. Is that electric power steering, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these engines don't come with any type of pump.
So what's that off?
Mercedes A-Class.
Okay.
Supposedly they're good, don't know. Not tried one before, but it's sort of...
And does this need any control, or do you just turn it on and that's it?
Wire.
Right, so just a switch?
A switch, yeah. And it needs like main...
It doesn't need like a speed wire or anything?
No, it's not speed sensitive. It needs like proper sort of 55, 60 amps something control, hence the big fuses and stuff for it. Again, radiator and that was tight as anything. So
it's tucked in lovely.
It has. It's took quite a bit of working out. It's got the two in and out here, which is the same for this side, and that's all gone in. We'll show you from the front in a bit. That's all gone in quite nicely, and hopefully we've got enough clearance. You can see it looks about right, and we've got more clearance without the brake pipe.
Have you had you haven't had the body down yet with the supercharger on, have you?
No.
No.
We're hoping if it's
we won't be doing that today.
No, I mean the body. I think I'm about ready to put the body on. So just a couple of last little jobs and then hopefully the body can go on. So all the fuse board and everything, that's the original fuse box. The battery would have sat here normally, and that was just the carbon canister, so we just moved it about a bit. I was going to put that in the boot, but the boot on these is tiny. And it didn't seem like any point really. Sometimes it's just making work for the sake of it, you know. I even looked at putting it under, you know, I could have hidden it under the chassis and that. It's fine there, it clears everything, so that's good. This is just Mitsubishi wiring, that's all wired in, fans all wired in.
Let me get down and then we'll... Oh, I don't know, I'm going to get down, hang on.
Do you want me to come and help you?
Maybe. Hang on, no, I might be able to do it. Right, I made it.
Jay's hurt his back, by the way, if you're wondering why he's such an old man
today. It was a delicate accident of helping my boy wash his hands.
Yeah. So, radiator, you can see, is very tight. Normally this sits behind this panel and sits like in the engine bay, but we're sort of running out of space. So I've managed to get that in that slam panel area there. Fans tucked in, a aircon condenser from T7 engine, T7 I think it is. They do quite a lot of generic like aircon stuff and fittings and all sorts of stuff like that. Of course, we lost the brace down for the bonnet catch. That was all floppy, so I had to make a new brace for that. But believe it or not, there's 2 full days' work just putting the radiator and bonnet catching that in.
So this was the charge cooler radiator?
This is a charge cooler that come from...
came with the kit?
With the kit.
Okay.
But it comes top there and one bottom here.
Right.
Which obviously hits the chassis, so I've had to move the outlet and alter the way it works. So we've got the in and out at the top. And it just takes so long to do, you know, these little silly things that are sort of like, look like nothing, but anybody that builds stuff themselves knows just how long this stuff takes. You know, just doing like earth wiring, firing, you know, nice points, but earth points on, trying to get your bonnet catch to still work and
and not flop about or fly off.
Yeah, because you know it relies on like a big brace coming down here to support this. So without that on, it was quite. I mean, you can see it's proper sturdy now, but it wasn't. Or this is back in. You can see in here if you look. In fact, if I show you. I was going to show you one for GM. That's been. So basically, the cable here.
This is the gear lever.
Yes, it comes into here. Where most pivots there, most of them pivot here, and it swings that way, and this obviously swings that way. So that all works now. So that comes back into your thing. I've done like a little adjustable toggle there, so we've still got all the idents in the right place. And then we've got the lockout here, and the steering, you know, one for the locks. You can't take the key out in part. And everything, so all that still works. And fingers crossed, should be, you know, good. Well, should be exactly as it worked before. I really wanted to keep the original gear lever because it fits all the tunnel and everything inside is going to be.
Do these have 2 gear levers standard? Have I imagined that on your other one?
Yeah, there's a little
4x4 one,
but that's gone. Obviously.
Right.
That literally comes up off the gearbox.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to. That'll all be electronic off that little controller. That motor there controls all the 4-wheel drive and everything. So
clunky lever.
Hopefully we'll have like a little I don't know. They do like a little toggle switch from that comes with the Escalade. That's like 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, something like that. So I might even try and get one of them and see if I can repurpose that into the hole so it sort of works, or can have it on a switch. I don't know yet. I don't quite know how we're going to do it. All this can then go back in. That's a mission to take in that. It's screws and hidden clips and old plastics is. I mean, luckily it's not been messed around with too much. There was loads of like trackers and Japanese. I think they're for motorway like toll road stuff.
Right.
There's quite a lot of that.
I bet there's plenty of Scotch locks.
Not too bad, but there's
there's
like
real
random
Japanese.
wires going every. I mean,
it's not properly
everywhere.
Japanese unless it's full of Scotch locks, is it?
I mean, I've just cut most of it out and just gonna, start again. The dash, I was gonna make the Viz dash work, but I'm gonna put a Haltech dash in it now, just because it's got all the information I want in the dash. It would be fine. I mean, I could make it work, but it's a bit clunky, so I'm going to put the dash in so I can monitor all the air temps and everything.
I presume that'll have a gear display and stuff on it.
It's gear display, fuel levels, everything really. So that'll be good.
Sweet then.
Seats and everything. Can wait a long time yet. We've still got. I think next project really is now to get the body down. Wiring. This is obviously. That's just for the gearbox controller. And this is the wiring, so they're ECU plugs, and that's the bit we've got to integrate into the car. Just a few.
Just a couple of wires then.
Yeah.
Power and earth and it runs there.
Yeah, just no problem. But we got the Aston working, so hopefully this is a bit different because that was what they call a crate engine, which is you get from GM. You buy it for putting in hot rods and stuff like that. It comes with like about 7 wires, and you can make it work. It's not that bad really. Obviously, integrating all the fans and dash and all that is where the trouble comes. Because this was actually out of a car. We don't. This is that's the. I think that went into the fuse board. I don't actually know until I start looking in. Power body control module.
It needs tinkering.
Yeah, I mean, like there's only one lambda sensor.
Factory.
Yeah, the other one's on the body loom.
Oh.
So one's car, one's body loom. So somewhere that's got to be integrated back in.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot to do, and obviously the pedal but we'll probably run that through an M mod because I'll try and get Mitsubishi pedal that fits the floor in all the angles and that right. Because I hate it when the pedals are wrong. And then we can output to the GM ECU the correct
whatever signal it wants.
like we did on the Aston. So when the GM thought some of them were really sharp, like really sharp, and you don't want it to be like, particularly with this gearbox, it'll be really lively. So we can actually map the throttle so it throttle pedal transitions, so we can make it slower or however we want it. That's the plan.
Well, lovely then.
Yeah. So.
Well, you've been rubbering for nearly 20 minutes. So.
Really?
Yeah.
It's my job.
Yeah.
So yeah, next time hopefully this will be down and on the car, or on the chassis.
Right then. See you next time.
Be running before the Mustang, AJ.
It will, because mine's stuck.
And Starkeys.
Yeah, definitely Starkeys.
Yeah.
But there we go then. Till next time.
Okay.
Stay happy.
Guys.
At Driftworks, we've helped over 50,000 happy customers since 2004. Our huge online parts store is simple to use, with superb shipping rates to anywhere in the world, and finance options available for UK customers. We live and breathe wheel fitment, so if you have any questions about your own car or any of our products before placing an order, please drop us an email at shop@driftworks.com or give us a call. Thanks for watching.